Hello, everybody. Jim Powers on MaryvilleSaints.com and Saints Vision. We welcome you back to our weekly coaches show, and joining us is our men's soccer coach, Sean Hughes. And Sean, last week, I think for you guys, a disappointing weekend. Some sparks of some very good play, but come on the short end of both games against Truman and of Quincy.
Yeah, the Truman game was pretty much two even teams. We had a decision go against us. They got a penalty kick, and that was really the only difference in the game. Our goalkeeper made two saves the whole game. Their goalkeeper, in all honesty, we had a lot of possession and pressure in the final third, but we just couldn't find that little bit of quality to break them down. I said to the assistant after, we could probably still be playing today without the penalty kick and it'd still be 0-0. So it was disappointing to lose the game because there wasn't anything in the two teams. But you got to take your chances when you get them, and we didn't do so. The game against Quincy, that was much more disappointing for me because we never gave ourselves a chance in the game. You're talking about a very good team to start with, and if you give them a 2-goal start within 5 minutes, you got a mountain to climb, and we didn't have enough to turn the tide. And again, in the second half, we started very slowly again, and they capitalised within the first 5 minutes, and the game was pretty much over.
One of the things that I noticed looking at the stat sheet and everything, it just really seemed like, one of the things we talked about last week, 50-50 balls, just seemed like it was one of those weekends where you guys just couldn't get that key 50-50 ball to help push you over the hump.
Yeah, we talked about it as a group, especially the Quincy game. The difference for me was just the desire in both boxes. They made more plays in our box and back in their box. Again, they were the more aggressive team, and that was the disappointing part from me because the other parts during the overall, if you take those first 5 minutes out of the game, again, our goalkeeper didn't make any saves. We look at it from that standpoint and say, okay, there wasn't much in between ourselves and a team that's ranked 20th in the country, but if you don't do the real basics right, contest for balls in your own 18-yard box against good teams, you'll be punished, and they took advantage of that, so fair play to them.
If there was anybody that stood out for you guys this weekend, or a couple guys, who would that be that kind of stood out in your guys' eyes?
I think Nate Alonso did very well, especially against Truman. He was probably our most dangerous player going forward. Nico Andrade has done very well in central midfield. He's offered a lot of fight, and he's got a good character about him. He's willing to put his foot in, make tackles, and also good with the ball. And Marcos Chavez, the freshman, he played a lot of minutes over the weekend. Wasn't fazed by it, and I think in the long run it's going to really help him, down the line in years 2, 3, and 4.
This week for you, Lindenwood tonight, a team that, is a national power in some aspects. And then this weekend, conference play continues. You get UND and St. Joe's coming into town.
Yeah, it doesn't get any easier. Quincy fell 3-1 at home to Lindenwood, and they were ranked 7th last week. So that'll be another good challenge for us. We talk about where we're at, and there's no better measure than playing against the best teams. And I think in the course of the last 10 days, when you go from Quincy down to Lindenwood, then back to Indy, you're talking 3 of the best teams in the Midwest. So, it's good. It helps us see where we're at, but also it gives us confidence if we can get something from the game, then we can take that into the rest of the season and build on it. I think St. Joe's also on Sunday, they're a completely different team from last year. They went and beat Lewis away this weekend. And they brought in 13, 14 new guys, and I don't think it'll be the rollover that everybody expected at the start of the year. And last year's results for them are completely different and out the window.
Talk a little bit about, quick turnovers. Lindenwood, day off. UND, day off. St. Joe's, day off. How do you get that mindset into the guys where, hey, you got to use those off days to your advantage instead of your disadvantage?
Yeah, we talked about it this weekend. As soon as the game against Quincy was finished, one of the things that I like to do is, okay, you think about it on a Sunday. When Monday comes, new day, let's start focusing on Wednesday. And it'll be much the same tonight. Once the game's over tonight, it's a fast turnaround. Let's not dwell on it too much. Obviously, if there's things we need to work on Thursday, we can address, but it'll be a light practice. And really our attention from midnight should be focused straight onto the Friday game. And again on Sunday, take each one as they come. Don't count your eggs before they hatch, as they say. So we're looking at each game as an individual game. and then we'll see where we are on Sunday afternoon.
Outstanding, Sean. Good luck this week. It's going to be a great one. We'll have the home matches on Saints Vision Friday and Sunday.
Yeah, thanks, Jim. I know it's going to be alumni weekend, so we hope we can do our end of the bargain. I'm sure there'll be a lot of people there, and hopefully some more good GLVC soccer.
Outstanding. Thanks, Sean.
Thank you.
Sean Hughes joins us once again. Men's soccer team plays at Lindenwood on Wednesday night, and then on Friday afternoon they'll play against UIndy, and then Sunday afternoon against St. Joe's. Our home matches will be on Saints Vision. We'll have all the action for you. Also follow us on Twitter at Maryville Saints for all the updates. For Coach, I'm Jim Powers. Thanks so much for joining us on MaryvilleSaints.com and Saints Vision. Have a great week, and as always, go Saints.